Hey guys, this is Camfrey15, joined by my co-host, the Red Wolf, and we are back for the final episode of Season 5 of My Hero Academia. Yes, the same season that probably everybody and their mothers was probably saying, thank God it's over because it sucked dick, even though it really didn't. People just don't know what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So, I will say this. How this video is going to go, we're going to review this episode, and then we're going to talk about the season, our thoughts on the season, our thoughts on the season, what we thought about the season, and then obviously like we did last season with season 4, rank the seasons from what we thought we liked the most to what we liked least. I wouldn't say what we liked least, I'd say in our opinion what season's better in our opinion, because honestly every season of My Hero Academia has been really good. There hasn't been one season where it's like fudge. That season is fun. No. Unless you're a season 5 hater, I guess you might say season 5 sucked, but hey, your problem, not mine.
They're out there.
Yeah, and then I guess we'll give our hype expectations for season 6, which has been announced after this episode aired. There is no release date on when it is coming out. The only other thing anime-wise of My Hero Academia we have to look forward to, if you're not reading the manga, bless you, is the My Hero Academia World Mission movie coming out next month, October 29th in the United States, which we're probably going to have to get our tickets sooner rather than later, so we don't have a, I guess, sold-out showtime, huh?
Well, okay.
I'll probably buy that. We'll probably buy your tickets like October 1st or something. Whenever tickets go on sale, I'm guessing. Trust me, I'll make sure to buy the ticket. I'll make sure to buy the ticket so we can do that. But that's how the video is gonna go. And I will say this before we start a review. The way season 5 ended with the post-credit scene is, I think I made a reference into one of my past reviews. I have an idea how they're going to probably end season 5. And I'm glad to say that the way they ended season 5 is how I thought they would, which is Deku and the other, Deku Class 1A and the other pro heroes overlooking the city on the cliff with the incoming Paranormal Liberation War arc coming next season on the horizon, which will be the main portion of season 6. So I was glad that they ended it off there, because it was like, I think they're going to end it off right there when the war arc is about to begin. And lo and behold, I got what I wanted. So but other than that, let's talk about the last episode of season 5. Now, obviously we had the whole thing from the conclusion of MBA, where obviously you have it to where Shigaraki finally forms the Paranormal Liberation Army. We finally see how Hawk snuck in, and how did I guess you can say Hawks gain the trust of Dobby and the others.
Did he really kill him?
Well, apparently it looks like he killed Best Jeanist, and it's his way of proclaiming his allegiance. What other way you're gonna try to get yourself in there?
I guess, but my goodness.
Yeah,
I wonder how Bakugou will react. I wonder.
Gonna be very interesting, because even we remember Bakugou said he's not gonna give away his true hero name till he sees Best Jeanist again. Who knows? Maybe Bakugou might be pissed off if he finds out the truth, and that might cause a whole type of other problem as well. But Hawk shows the dead, apparently what seems to be the dead body of Best Jeanist that I'm guessing he killed, because we saw in the one episode, I forgot what episode it was, that he showed up at just Best Jeanist's place, and apparently he killed him. And he showed that to Dobby, and Dobby's like, huh, okay, that's convincing enough. And essentially, obviously, we cut back to present time too. And essentially, obviously, with the information about hospital and everything and stuff like that, we kind of find out what hospital Shigaraki's secretly stationed at. Now, Shigaraki goes to Dr. Uzhiko, crazy doctor guy, or what everybody calls him, Dr. Eggman clone.
I wonder if they're gonna. Oh no, no, never mind.
Go ahead.
No. I was about to make a dumb assumption about his voice, but we already heard his voice like before, so nah.
Oh, and are you talking about the dub or the sub version?
The dub.
Oh yeah, he already has his voice because we saw him like the first
Yeah.
episode of My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
It would have been cool if Mike Pollock did do his voice, but I guess unless they want to change. And technically the dub's going on. I haven't watched the back half of the season 5 English dub. That's probably my next priority I'm going to be doing now. Like, yeah, if you're a dub fan, you can rewatch season 5 in the dub content because I think they only have one more episode left and then they're done. Which, hey, good on the dub for Funimation to be that close up to the sub version. But essentially, Dr. Uji. We know from last week, Shigaraki wanted to go to Dr. Uzhiko to get more power, and get that power boost that Dr. Uzhiko promised him he would get. And essentially, Dr. Uzhiko is like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll hook you up. So as he's putting him on the obvious little, I guess, medical bed, you can clearly see that the injuries from Shigaraki is still there. Like, he's badly bruised, as like, you know, if Deku freaking went all out to start the season, or whenever he uses 100%. Now, Ujiko's like, I don't understand why you want more power when you can destroy essentially anything that's connected to whatever you're trying to destroy. And obviously, Shigaraki's like, he's already warped to the point he's insane. He's like, I'm just trying to destroy whatever I want to do. I want to take down everything. So Dr. Uzhiko is like, okay, sure, I'll hook you up with some more power. So he goes on to tell, and we kind of get some origin, a little bit of the origin of Dr. Uzhiko, and essentially we know that Dr. Uzhiko created the quirk singularity theory from the standpoint that each generation, the quirks, you know, tend to get stronger to the point that at some point quirks are going to be so strong that those users of those quirks won't be able to control themselves and stuff like that. And All For One actually believed that theory of his, and that's how he brought him into the fold. Now, I will say you get a little bit more backstory to Dr. Uzhiko and All For One's little connection next season when they get to that part. So yeah. Now, Shigaraki asks how long the treatment will take, and essentially Dr. Ujiko's like, your treatment will take about 4 months and stuff like that, which essentially lines up with the month of when the war arc is taking place.
Yeah. And I saw the position Shigaraki was in. I was like, 5 months of that?
Yeah, just non-stop pain. I don't know if I would want to deal with that.
Yeah, like, I know you want power, but are you that desperate?
Well, you know, Shigaraki wants to destroy everything. He wants to take down everything. He wants to take down He wants to take down Hero Society. He wants to take down everything, tear it all down to the ground to where there's nothing. Because we know from like the last couple weeks, he's like, I have no future. I just want to destroy everything. So
yeah.
At this point, I think Shigaraki, we know Shigaraki's just insane now. He's like just pure destruction, which Dr. Ujiko says. He's like, you're just destruction. You're just the word destruction just walking right now.
Yes.
So to Shigaraki, I don't think he really cares anymore. I think he's just it's like I said last week. Shigaraki at this point, this Shigaraki now is his full developed self where he gives no more fucks anymore. There's nothing holding him back. He's done. So yeah. And you get this very creepy scene where it's like him in a cocoon, like he's a butterfly, and he breaks out of it, and you see the wings and stuff like that. I will say that is not the first time you'll see that type of interpretation of him like a sprouting butterfly. I think they'll do it some part in season 6.
Well, that's not the first time I've seen Shigaraki all creepy.
Yeah, it's honestly kind of disturbing when you look at it. It's like, oh shit, so this guy's gonna be OP as fuck when he gets this full power, apparently. So yeah. Now Dr. Uzhiko says you see Shigaraki, you'll have access to damn near every quirk, including One for All.
That's what got me. Like, wait, what is he talking about? He's gonna get. Dude.
What?
Dude. Shigaraki using One for All. Along with other quirks.
So in other words, he's gonna be like, guess who? All for one. So yeah. Talk about him getting OP as hell.
So not even All for One was able to do it?
What do you mean? All for One has to steal One for All.
Yeah, I mean
power.
Yeah, but he was never able to do it, but now Shigaraki will be able to do it.
Well, I'm guessing from the standpoint, Shigaraki will probably have the same abilities as All for One. He's just gonna have to do the same thing, probably steal One for All, or try to steal it from Deku.
Probably.
So this definitely goes to show you that, oh, Shigaraki is probably somebody we do not want to get this power, and the heroes need to find him sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's gonna be seemingly of the standpoint that maybe the heroes might get there too late. We don't know what's gonna happen in the war arc. Well, I know, but for anime-only viewers, you don't know, and that's a sneaking suspicion. It's like, is Shigaraki gonna get the full power and stuff like that? And how are they gonna do to stop it? Or and if he does get this power, what are they going to do to stop him? Like, because literally the only person that could probably stop him is legit Deku.
I've already been spoiled enough from a certain YouTuber, so I kind of already know a casualty that's about to happen.
It's not for me. It's not for me.
I know it's not from you. I'm not blaming you, but you already know who.
Yes. So that kind of ends that whole Shigaraki storyline, and then we kind of see the whole thing where he's been tortured or he's being with the pain and everything. Now we cut over to UA, and the Class 1A students are showing off some of their new moves. Now we see that Ayama can essentially use his laser like it's a lightsaber and cut through anything now.
Yeah, that's pretty cool actually.
Yeah, and I'm guessing we see Hagakure, Invisible Girl, like able to move the beam around using her power. So hey, could be a nice tag team effort between Hagakure and Aoyama. Mina actually has a new move called Acid Man. And what did she gain? How did she get the inspiration to do this ability from?
I guess from Kirishima.
Yes, and his Unbreakable. Kirishima X Mina.
Yes.
Okay, very very much in the thing, because she walks up to him and she's like, yeah, it was thanks to your Unbreakable that I got that idea from you. And I'm like, wow, I ship it. We're done.
Yes.
Move on. So we got Deku X Ochako. Yes, Deku. Others shipper type of people who are trying to find, who you are.
Yeah.
Deku's being shipped with Ochako. Let's that sink in, and it's gonna happen, whether you like it or not.
I hope so.
Yes. Then you got I'm guessing Todoroki, Momo Yaoyorozu. I definitely like that ship, even though they haven't focused on that ship since like season 2.
I guess so.
But I still ship it. They're made for each other. And now we got well, I guess you can say Jiro X Kaminari. That's a ship because they always go back and forth with each other. I ship that. And then now Kirishima X Mina. I don't know who you see. Sue and Hagakure are like the only two people that I don't know. Now Sue's kind of the odd girl out of the group. I don't know who I would ship her with. I don't honestly.
I'd say Tokoyami.
Really?
Yeah, I'd say Tokoyami. I mean, I remember they did have their moment in I don't remember if it was season 2 or season 3. Yeah, they do have their moments, and they're both part animals, so
makes sense. Now with Hagakure, Invisible Girl, it's kind of like interesting who you ship her with. It's really, I kind of ship her with Ojiro. That's just my personal opinion. they have some moments together.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of it. So hey, so we get Kirishima X, not Momo, Kirishima X Mina moment there. I do like the fact that the one thing I do like the fact is they kind of take inspirations off of each other, and I guess it's funny that and I wish Ochako got back at Mina for this because she's like, oh, so you developed your move off Kirishima, huh? But you want to get on me about me and Deku, okay?
Well. Compared to Ochako, Mina seems more like a go-getter.
Okay.
Compared to Ochako.
Also, I guess the only other reason why we probably ship Kirishima with Mina is they went to the same junior high before they went to UA.
I guess so.
So, yeah. Now, Ojiro and Sato, they did their work study under the line hero named Shishido. I'm guessing we'll probably see him in the movie. I'm guessing. He's the number 13th ranked hero. Shoji and Jiro worked under Gang Orca, who actually dropped in the rankings. He's number 12 hero now. I'm guessing we'll see him too. They'll barely probably have any influence in the movie because it's mostly about Deku and company. So, yeah. Sero, Kaminari, and Mineta, they all worked under Mount Lady, Kamui Woods, and Edgeshot. I'm guessing Sero worked under Kamui Woods because it makes sense because they kind of have somewhat similar quirks. They can hang from branches and stuff like that. Obviously, I guess Mineta obviously worked under Mount Lady. And I'm guessing Kaminari worked under Edgeshot, who are all really good heroes. Ida went back to the one guy, Manuel, from season 2. And Manuel has ranked 222nd. But hey, it's something he went back and he's used to. So hey, he went back to Hosu with Manuel. Koda worked under, yes, the number 8 hero, Wash. I still can't.
That's an interesting design.
So until this day, I still can't get over the fact that one of the heroes is actually a washing machine. It's unique, I'll give it that.
Yeah, it's unique.
Tokoyami went back to Hawk's agency, but obviously Hawks wasn't there because he was dealing with the Paranormal Liberation Army content, so essentially he wasn't even there. Kirishima went back to Fat Gum's agency. Fat Gum's the 58th ranked hero. So yeah, Ochako and Sue, they went back to Dragon Hero Ryuku, who's the number 10th ranked hero. Momo worked under this hero named Majestic, who we don't know what ranking he is. I think he's like, I don't remember. I forgot what he was ranked. I think he was in the top 10, I believe. But Momo worked under Majestic. And then obviously Deku, Bakugou, and Todoroki all show off what they learned. Obviously Deku showing off that he has better control of Black Whip, even though he can only use it for about a second, like he says. So yeah. Also in the meantime, when Ochako was going up, Deku didn't see that Ochako had the little cables and everything. And he even goes up to Ochako and tells her like, hey, I managed to master well, not really truly master Black Whip, but mastered it enough to where it doesn't put anybody in danger. He also goes on to say, which is another Deku Ochako moment.
Yes.
The fact that Deku's like, oh, I saw that you have cables in. Yeah, hold on for a quick second. Okay, back from the little quick break. But yeah, Ochako's like, yeah, I designed these cables after your quirk, your new ability you can do now, because they don't know that that's a whole new quirk for him. So yeah, but she's like, yeah, I did it because I took after you, which is like the whole same tradition that Ochako kind of does some things after Deku because, well, she likes Deku, and we all know that. And stuff like that. So yeah, that was nice and all. So that's everything. Now, the thing is, we have the typical All Might, Bakugou, and Deku meeting, which was very interesting to say the least.
Yes.
So, what does All Might give Deku?
He'll take this part actually.
Okay. He gives it. Anyways, All Might gives Deku a notebook of everything he could find about the past users of One for All. Now, All Might goes on to say, and the crazy part is, when I was watching this scene, I was like, I remember reading this scene in the manga and how crazy this was when it was first revealed. And All Might goes on to say, listen, I've got everything I could find about any past users. The only users I could not find any information about were the second and third users, because at the time quirks were still brand new, and the time of that era was vastly more dangerous, and there's not many records about that era of quirks at that time, so he doesn't know. And if you want to know who the second and third users of One for All is, the second and third users were the two guys, if you remember from the start of the season, the two people that were still in silhouette form, who were blacked out. Those are the second and third users. Now they're gonna hide those users for a reason till they're later shown. Not now, but they will be shown at a point later. So don't worry about that. But we see kind of the other users of what they look like and stuff like that. So essentially, Bakugou, he ends up picking up the notebook and he's just looking at it, and he brings up about the fifth user. Now, the fifth user of One for All is obviously the user of Blackwood that Deku recently acquired. And his hero name was called Lariat, but his real name was called Daigoro Banjo. And stuff like that. Now, what is the one thing that Bakugou says that he's kind of not, like, I guess you can say he doesn't like about the other One for All users? If you can remember. Okay, I guess I'll take this scene. Bakugou goes on to say, like, looking at all the other users, he's like, along with this Daigoro Banjo guy, the other users of One for All, their quirks aren't really impressive. So it's like, what are these quirks? What are they? What are they? And stuff like that. Now we find out the next quirk Deku is going to learn. Now All Might goes on to say, yeah, they're not that strong. The other quirks aren't that strong. And he says since All for One was after One for All, essentially what All for One did is he just destroyed everybody that had very strong quirks that could have probably challenged him, I guess, even though they would have never been able to. And I'm guessing he just took their quirks and he just killed them and stuff like that. Also, what was the you have to remember this, but what was the interesting tidbit about the One for All users that based on how they die?
They were all young.
Yes. And that's very scary because it's like, wait, they all died at a young age. Now, there could be factors because of it. They died because All for One was chasing them after for, I'm guessing, a subsequent number of years, and they were probably out in hiding, and they all died. And they all died at a young age because, hey, they probably had to pass it down quickly. All Might is, let me just say this, All Might is the oldest user of One for All up to this point in the story.
Yeah, I guess.
Because I think he's like, I think he's like in his 50s. I think he's like in his early to mid 50s. So he's had One for All for a long time compared to the other users of One for All who have died at young ages. Now you wonder, is the same thing going to happen to Deku? Because there's a lot of theories that, what if Deku dies at the end of the story? That's like, oh no. Please not that storyline. I wanted to have a happy ending.
Yeah. It's going to be enough dark already, and from what Cameron is going to tell me. Yeah, from what Cameron told me.
Hold on a quick second again. Okay, sorry again for the freaking late things and stuff like that, but yes, it's interesting to see, will they go the direction of they kill the protagonist at the end of the story so he can have everyone in peace? I don't think they're gonna do that, but it is something that is interesting to think about.
I've heard of a lot of animes that actually ended up that way.
I just hope, in my case, I don't think they should kill Deku off unless it's like a sacrifice he needs to make. So yeah. Now, before this whole discussion ends, what is the next quirk Deku is going to learn?
Levitate, which is which is you know whose quirk, huh?
Come on.
Levitate.
It's float actually, but okay.
Whatever, man. I call it levitate. Bite me.
Float is the official translation. Thank you.
Okay. Levitate is in Dragon Quest. My bad. I'm used to saying levitate.
Go on. Who is that user's quirk?
Nana Shimura.
All Might's master. Oh, so Deku is going to be getting.
Damn, she got abs. Sorry, I just had to say it.
Honestly, if we're being honest, there's like a huge fandom for Nana Shimura just because of like how good she looks. Not from this standpoint she's attractive as hell, but she's strong and she's got some pretty big ass thighs.
Mm-hmm. Those muscles really has it going for her too.
Yeah. Again, that man who married Nana Shimura is a lucky man. How could her son hate his mother like that? And hey, he got what he justly deserved, right?
Yeah.
Even though it was kind of disturbing.
Mm-hmm. As well as the rest of Tomura's family. Well, he didn't intend on killing them, but
yeah,
he just snapped. Snapped.
So yeah. But that's the next quirk Deku's going to learn. Float. So you wonder, is this going to activate during the war arc? Who knows? Because we know Black Whip activated in a time of need, or it activated because Deku needed to, capture something. That's how it activated. So if anything of how the other quirks activate, maybe Deku's like, well, I need to fly or something. Float is something like flying. So yeah, and just think of that. My God, he technically can be Spider-Man. He can float and freaking, oh my God. See, you just think about all these quirks, and the one thing we see about these quirks is that they're more, it's seemingly, and even Deku makes the standpoint, these quirks are more support-based quirks. They're not like One for All where it's just strictly base power. It's like nice complementary quirks Deku has in his arsenal to help him out, which honestly could make sense, and it's like support items, I guess you can say. You got Block Whip that's like Ochako's rope cables, and technically, if we're thinking about that, or we're thinking if Deku wants to train more, he can use his Black Whip, train with Sero, because Sero has tape and he can do it like him. Maybe he can get some training. Now for Float, whenever he unlocks it, hey, maybe Deku could go to Ochako because she can, obviously do her quirk to float in the air. Maybe.
I feel like Black Whip is more closely related to Aizawa. I don't know.
Aizawa's quirk is...
No. I mean his way of fighting. I mean.
Okay, but I'm just saying it can go to, it relates to Sero.
Okay, I'm just saying. It reminds me more of Aizawa's way of fighting.
Your opinion, not mine. I wouldn't really say it.
You make everything so awkward. Anyways, moving on.
Yeah, moving on. But that's kind of it. We get an interesting tidbit. So we are looking forward to seeing Deku's new quirk activate. Even though my friends over here are annoyed at me. Even though yada yada yada. Now we get a nice heartfelt, I guess one of the last few heartfelt scenes we get until we get to next season. Of just essentially Class 1A just sitting back, enjoying time, enjoying life.
When they started playing that emotional music, I have a feeling like, oh my God, this is where things are about to get, Yeah. The last few moments of peace that they're gonna have before
all hell breaks loose, right?
I'm scared, man.
Yes, it is pretty scary. It's pretty scary. Now Class 1A, they all talk about how they realize that, we're gonna be second years in like 3 months. And I'm like, 3 months? Oh, that's when a war arc's coming. So I don't know if you'll be second years anytime soon. barring they win. If they win, in fact, who knows? And they're like, oh yeah, it's gonna be great to be second years. Now Deku kind of just recalls everything that's happened to him in his life. And I remember reading this in the manga. I did like this moment a lot, where Deku's like, for a kid who was quirkless, who was gifted a quirk by probably his idol, I really have been blessed. And I really did like that. And it's kind of a real life approach to things, because it's like, you know, I like how Deku kind of sits back. He's like, you know, I was gifted with everything I've had. Got to meet my idol, you know, understand how his quirk works and have his exact quirk, meet great friends and go to this great school of UA. I really have been blessed over my life. And it's a real life thing, because it's like, when you sit back and as a real life person, you can just sit back and be like, you know what? Yeah, things may not be going well, but at the end of the day, I've been blessed throughout my entire life. So I really do like Deku made that mention. Did you like that as well?
Yeah.
So yeah, almost brought me to tears. Damn it, man. Why are you hitting me in the feels? God damn it.
It's the music, man. It's the music.
We have All Might and Aizawa have a talk this episode. And it's kind of behind the standpoint, because it's kind of and it's actually interesting standpoint here, the fact that we know All Might's retired and he can't really do anything. And All Might's like, I kind of feel helpless, and I kind of feel like I can't do anything for the students, because, well, he's just kind of just a shell of his former self. But what were the things Aizawa kind of told him?
Well, you can help them by living.
Yeah. And giving his guidance of what he learned as his time as a hero to them. Also, too, he did say he's going to start Aries training the next week. Because we see Aerie in the episode, her horn grew back again. And it's looking like her powers can be out of control. So it's very interesting. Will Aerie master her quirk at some point as well? So, yeah. Now the episode ends off. Obviously, it cuts back to Hawks, and Hawks is just like wondering, like, we got to prepare for this and everything and stuff like that. He's like hospital, and then we find out where Shigaraki is being held at. He's being held at a hospital that Dr. Uzhiko goes to or works at, and it's called Jakku Hospital. Yes, if you're a Star Wars fan, I know. They named it after the little planet that Rey was on in Star Wars Episode 7, Jakku. Yes. Horikoshi loves Star Wars. That's why there's many Star Wars references. So, Kamino War, the city where All Might fought All for One for the last time. That's a take on the clone facility Kamino. So, yeah, he loves him some Star Wars. He loves Star Wars. He loves Marvel comics or superhero comics in general. So it's Jakku Hospital, and that's where we see the scene where Shigaragi's like, feeling all the pain, getting powered up with his new All for One quirk and stuff like that.
I cannot get over the blade that's stabbing through him right now.
Oh, the little hookup thing in his stomach. Again, you couldn't pay me enough money to endure pain for 4 months straight. Like, literally. That's like, so January 31, there's 31 days in the month of January, 28 in February, 31 days in March, and around like 30 days in April. Oh God. Yeah, no. And you're feeling that every day. Dude, no, see, this goes to show you Shigaraki does not care. He just wants power and control, just to destroy everything. Because in his eyes, it's all this pain is worth it to get rid of everything. You just wonder if he's going to just decay the entire Earth as we know it.
Maybe that's what he meant by having no future. He'll destroy everything along with himself.
Could be. Oh yeah, we also do get a Aizawa Present Mike scene I forgot to mention, and essentially Present Mike's like, when I find out who's creating those Nomu, I'm gonna freaking kill those guys, because obviously what happened with their friend Shirakumo, and stuff like that. Now, after the post-credit scene, or after the credit scene ends for the final time in season 5, we get a post-credit scene. Time has passed, and it is now springtime. Their winter break is over. It's spring because you see obviously the what do they call those trees in Japan?
Cherry blossoms.
Yeah, cherry blossoms.
Sakura trees or whatever.
Yeah, something like cherry blossoms, sakura flowers, something like that. We see all class 1A together, and they're like, oh, well, time to go back to our work studies. But the interesting thing about their work studies is saying that their work studies are going on like some sort of expedition, which is a cover-up saying, you kids are gonna fight in a gigantic war. And the episode...
Why did they have to lie to them?
I'm guessing from the standpoint, because remember, these are like 14, 15, 16-year-old kids. They probably don't want to straight up tell them, hey, you guys are going to war. And I guarantee if parents found out that their kids were being sent to war, I guarantee you the parents would be like, yeah, no, that's not happening under my watch. So they have to come up with some sort of cover-up, which maybe in Hero Society isn't good. You probably should just be honest and say to the kids, listen, you guys are going to be preparing for a huge war that could determine the fate of Japan.
That's what I'm saying. Why did they have to lie? Then you're just making things more difficult on yourselves.
Yeah, and I'll just say the aftermath of the war, you'll see the repercussions for Hero Society. Which, yeah, the last scenes is essentially Deku, Class 1A, not all of Class 1A from what we saw, and some of the other bro heroes. Like we see Burn in there. We see two members of the big three, Tamaki and Nejire are there. And like I said, other pro heroes there standing on a cliff, looking down at this city where apparently it seems this is where the war arc is going to take place and things are going to get hectic as all shit. And yeah, that's where the episode ends off, and we have to wait for season 6 to see what happens next in the story. And let me just tell you, and it's like what Deku says, he's like, our battle with the Paranormal Liberation Army is about to begin. A battle that is going to change everything, including superhuman society. So I will say this, after the battle is over, after the war arc is over, there's going to be huge ramifications for the story going forward. Like I said, this story isn't going to get any more lighthearted than it already has. It's going to get darker. And yeah, so yeah, that's why I was glad this most recent My Hero Academia chapter I read was a pretty lighthearted chapter, because you barely get those moments in this and what we're gonna get. And yeah, that's how it is. They already confirmed season 6 is coming. Again, we don't know when. It's just gonna be on the way, and stuff like that. But season 5. My thoughts on season 5 is I enjoyed everything we got in season 5. I thought it was all good, despite what the haters said. I do think that it had pacing issues, and I do think the management of episodes were definitely a problem. Were there some episodes that needed to be managed better? Yes, but in the grand scheme of things as a season, the way they did Class 1A versus Class 1B are definitely better than the manga interpretation of it from what I heard. And I think I read a little bit of the Class 1A, Class 1B manga version at the time when I was catching up on the manga. And I will say they did the best they could with it and made it 10 times better. You know, Endeavor Agency arc, I thought it was good, despite people's thoughts of saying My Villain Academia should have came first. And for My Villain Academia, I thought even though it was clearly rushed, I thought it was still solid. A solid adaptation. Again, season 5 is going to be one of those controversial seasons that are going to be talked about in the My Hero Academia community, but I thought season 5 was solid. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good at all. Let me rephrase that. It wasn't terrible, and it wasn't perfect. I think that makes more sense. It was in the middle, just solid. Mm-hmm. I don't think, in my personal opinion, I think season 5 got too much hate for just petty things, because it wasn't the way how people would have handled the season in their eyes. And I've said this, if you want to go do your own anime, then go be a freaking animator, a creator, a director for an anime out in Japan. And you go do that. And you can go create your own anime and handle your anime how you want to handle it. Studio Bones felt obliged to take it this unique way, and they did it. And I thought it was good for them. It was nice, solid. People are gonna watch My Hero Academia despite how bad people think it is. I'm just gonna be honest. So yeah, what were your individual thoughts on season 5?
Oh man, now I'm just left with the suspense. I'm just left with the suspense now. Like, I like season 5, but after what you told me, ooh, bye, cheerful My Hero Academia.
Yeah. What were your thoughts on the Class 1A versus Class 1B arc?
It's all right. I mean, right now my mind is more set on My Villain Academia.
Okay, then I guess I can ask you, as a first-time viewer of seeing My Villain Academia, even though they cut some things out, what were your thoughts on My Villain Academia as an anime-only fan?
Honestly, dang. So it's a lot more gruesome than I expected. Yeah, and it's really good, actually. Honestly, I did hear that the manga is actually more gory than the anime. Is that true?
Yes. And listen, you don't have to if you don't want to, but if you do watch the anime and you want to go back and reread My Villain Academia and manga content, I would highly suggest you do, just to see how they handled in the manga compared to the anime and see the differences. But it's up, like I said, it's up to you if you want to see it like that. But you know, I'm not gonna force you. Hey, read the manga version of My Villain Academia. But that's up to you. So, you know, yeah. Any other closing thoughts about, I guess, the undeserved hate about season 5?
Get over it, people. Get over it. I suggest you get a nice cup of get over it.
Yeah, I would agree. And again, to people saying that like, oh, the movie ruined the season 5 production of it, I think that's total BS, because last season there was a movie in development the same time during season 4, and those same people said the same exact excuses. They were the same people saying, season 4 sucks because there's a movie coming out at the same time as season 4. Season 5 comes out, same movie coming around at the time as season 5 is like in develop, like going on right now. People are saying the same thing. I wouldn't be shocked if it was those same people clamoring in season 4 about the whole movie issue about two heroes, saying the same thing here. And listen, if you're a business person, I'm a businessman. My freaking degrees is in management. It's in sports management, but it's in management. Now tell me, do you think you'll get more of a return on your investment if you make a movie alongside the anime? I think you will. I think honestly, you'll make probably tons of money. You know what they're gonna do with that movie money that they make off the movie? And mind you, we're in like a COVID world pandemic type of world, and this movie is still breaking box office records. Just wait till the movie comes out here in the States, and it's gonna be one of the highest grossing anime movies.
Just like the previous movies.
Even in a freaking pandemic. Guess what? You make that dough. Guess what they're gonna do with that money? Put that towards season 6. And give you great animation, great stuff, and you're like, this is great content. But you people don't realize the reason why they're making a movie. They're like, they're making a movie and it's ruining the season. No, it didn't. Yes, does a movie going on at the same time of an anime season has some sort of production element to it, and it can affect production of the anime? Yes. Because some of the anime's best animators might go over to focus on the movie. But when you look at the whole thing, like, okay, we had a very successful season 5. People are watching season 5 regardless, like I said, how bad it is, or how bad they think it is. Because guess what? Those same people who saying, oh, this sucks and stuff like that, instead of just dropping the series and just stop watching, what do you come back like people? It's like they say when Vegeta always takes L's. You're a glutton for punishment.
Yes.
So the same people ripping and hating on season 5 were gluttons for punishment and came back every Saturday, every month, coming back for more, only to shit on more. Season 5 for no reason. And if you didn't like it, why'd you keep watching?
Why indeed?
Like, if you didn't like season 5, that's my question. If you didn't like season 5, why did you continue to watch it? And don't give me an excuse, but it's My Hero Academia. I like My Hero Academia. Then you're a hypocrite. Movie had nothing to do. Trust me. It comes out October 29th. Movie comes out. Guarantee you, a week later, it's going to say, United States makes My Hero Academia 2 World Mission one of the highest grossing films. And trust me, dude, this is My Hero Academia is at the standpoint where My Hero Academia is at like the level when Dragon Ball Z first came to the States. It's that big. When I see I'm watching a basketball game, you know, just watching my Los Angeles Clippers, I see on their little ticker thing, hell, even at the game, from what I heard, they advertise Two Heroes, the movie, at the game. If you're seeing advertisements for My Hero Academia at a basketball game, that goes to show you how big My Hero Academia is as a series. So, you know, listen, you people can be petty as long as you can be petty. I'm going to be sitting back enjoying season 6, and you guys can be the same crybaby complainers. Again, also, if you didn't like the fact that they're making a movie, don't go watch the movie. Wait till the movie comes out on Blu-ray and DVD, and then you can go enjoy World Heroes. But it's okay. You guys will be the same gluttons for punishment and putting 16 to 20 bucks of your own hard-earned cash to go into a movie theater to watch My Hero Academia. Oh, I love My Hero, but I'm going to go trash on the season, even though it was good. Whatever. Next. Ranking of My Hero Academia seasons. Now, my rankings of My Hero Academia seasons goes like this. Season 2 is my favorite season of all time. Then would be season 3. Then would be season 4, season 5, and then season 1.
So you like season 5 more than season 1? Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
Your rankings?
Number 1 for me will be season 3.
Okay.
Then season 4.
Okay.
Then season 2. I guess yes. This one's kind of hard, but I guess I have to say season 5.
All right.
Then season 1.
Okay. Again, like we said, we don't just because we put season 1 at the lowest doesn't mean we hate season 1. We like season 1. I thought it just as an intro to the series, it's a good intro. Compared to the other seasons, I just feel like there's more epic moments in the other seasons compared to really a few epic moments we get in season 1. But yeah. I love season 1 regardless, definitely. So those are our rankings. Again, hey, I guess that'll be the question for the day. What is your rankings of all the seasons of from season 5 or season 1 to season 5 and stuff like that? But yeah, and then the last thing we get out of here, season 6 expectations. I can't wait to see season 6 because I know what season 6 is going to entail from the war arc, from reading this, and you know, it's all those things are still fresh in my memory of what happened in that war arc, and I can't wait to see animated. And when I tell you that it's going to change the fabric of the story going forward, I'm not lying. And I can't wait to see some of these great moments animated. And for you anime onlys, you're definitely in a treat. You're in for a ride. It's gonna be great. And I say the Paranormal Liberation Army War arc, which I think it's gonna probably be that's official name's gonna be called. I think it's the best arc in My Hero Academia out of all the arcs in the series. So what are your season 6 expectations before we get out of here?
My bigger concerns is who will live, who will die.
Very interesting. You do make a good point. Because hell, we could come out of this war arc and maybe a class A student is dead by the end of things.
Maybe. I think you know that, but yeah.
Yeah. I won't give any details. I won't spoil anything because I don't want to do that to anybody.
I already got spoiled by one death already, so.
Yeah, we'll keep that secret. But I will say look forward to it. Whenever season 6 is coming, I don't know when. My predictions on when I believe season 6 is coming. If they want to do season 6, next year, starting in April, hey, fine by me. I'm totally cool with that. They did say season 6 is in development. Now, either they can start season 6, either, like I said, in spring of anime 2022 or fall of anime either spring, summer, or fall, or hell, maybe if they want to make this really damn good, they wait till 2023. I know that's a long time because that's a whole year of no My Hero Academia. But if they want to, if Studio Bones feels like we want to make the best content possible, maybe they hold it out to 2023. Honestly, I feel like in that case, it can make it to where the manga maybe gets obviously a good enough approach, and who knows if the manga will, the story's manga will end, because apparently the manga's in its final, you know, I guess main story, and that's, I guess, it. So, because they said in one of the chapters it's the final act. So maybe, like I said, maybe My Hero Academia is ending sooner rather than later. Yeah, who knows? It could be something, again, just because I said, oh, it could be coming out there, it's just my opinion. It's not factual. Oh, it's coming out in 2023. Don't be the type of person to say, this guy said it's coming out in 2023. No, I just said it could come out in 2023 if they want to do that. Before we get out of here for good, when do you think season 5 could take place? I'm not season 5, season 6.
I'm of the same opinion as you. I'd say 2023.
Yeah, I definitely feel like if they want the best content possible, maybe they'll take a full year off of My Hero Academia and use a whole year to put just development into season 6 and bring it out in 2023. When they would air it in 2023, I'm guessing spring of anime of 2023. I know that's super long because it's like, that's a whole year without My Hero Academia. But if people were clamoring, oh, we want the best season possible, maybe you would probably want them to hold it off till 2023, since you were crying and complaining about it. So that's just my thoughts. Listen, if it comes out next year in spring of 2022, take it. I'll take it. But if we have to wait a while, I'm more than merry to wait, because technically I'm kind of reading the manga, so I'm kind of busy with My Hero Academia anyway. But yeah, other than that, we're gonna get out of here. So with any other season of anime on the channel that we review together, or I just review personally, I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in every Saturday morning to get our thoughts on My Hero Academia season 5. Even if our opinions differ from yours, that's fine. We all have opinions. That's the reason why we make videos and talk about some of these stuff, just to give our opinions. So thank you for checking out the channel and getting our thoughts and stuff like that. The next animated thing of My Hero Academia we're talking about, unless you follow my manga content from My Hero Academia, that will be we'll be back reviewing My Hero Academia, the third movie, World Mission, after we see it. So yeah, look forward to that, October 29th. Based on when, if we feel like we need to review it late at night, then yeah, otherwise we'll review it the day later. I think, and just in any case, to make it refresh in our memories, we'll probably review it that night after we get back from the movie, because sometimes you lose things after you sleep on it, and stuff like that. But yeah, but look forward to that. That's gonna be next month, really at the end of next month. That's damn near late October, early November. But other than that, we're gonna get out of here. Again, thank you for the support, and we'll see you guys on the next video, whenever that may be. So till then, guys, this has been Cam315
and the Red Wolf,
and we're signing out for the last time for My Hero Academia. For now, we'll see you guys later for more My Hero Academia content. Otherwise, if you're a manga fan, I'll see you guys this Sunday for My Hero Academia manga chapter 327.
Oh my.
Other than that, catch you guys later. Peace.